Okay guys, so this is going to be more of a rant video about Sigewinne and how good she can be with constellations. Obviously constellation wise, like spending money on a character doesn't mean Sigewinne is good by any means, but I will say that compared to other support and other teams that she can be on, she's a really good support for Neuvillette. So let me explain. This first team right here is an amazing team, right? Like you have a pretty well invested Neuvillette, you have level 90 Furina, C2, you get a bunch of stacks of fanfare, and also it increases the HP of your Furina, meaning you're going to be doing more damage, most likely more team-wide damage than other teams. And you have Freedom Sworn, which, after triggering certain elemental reactions, you get a charge attack damage bonus for free, and you also get 92% common damage bonus with your Furina. Also, you have VV proc after you swirl Hydro. Actually, I did not trigger swirl here, which is really good, right? A full rotation of Neuvillette on this team. I have a little bit of an optimization config for this. This is an optimizer video, of course. We're at like 1.7 mil, just about, which is not terrible, right? That's actually really good. And even with Furina, a full rotation of her, she's doing around 600k. The other two don't really contribute that much damage, but you know what I mean. The reason why I bring this team up is because it's a really good solid team for Neuvillette, especially at C1. I have C1 Neuvillette, meaning you do not have to trigger 3 reactions in order to get the full procs for his charge attack bonus. This team right here is a little bit of a weird team, okay? And the reason why is because of Sigewinne. Sigewinne, even on a build that literally doesn't do anything for the entire team, Neuvillette is still going to be hitting almost 500k more damage. Now why is that? You know, that is a important, a very important amount of damage that we see. And also Furina is going to be hitting more too, around 30k more, maybe 20k more, which is pretty significant, especially for a Furina. So this is a C2 Furina. Everything is naturally procced. I have everything procced right now for the entire team, meaning that not only are we getting some HP just from, general bonuses, but we're also getting a common damage bonus. And because we're triggering both Hydro Swirl here on VV and we're triggering Kazuha's ult, we not only get Hydro damage bonus, but we also get minus 75 res shred, 40% from Kazuha, and if you don't know what Sigewinne C2 does, from Sigewinne. Now Sigewinne decreases the resistance of enemies by 35%. That is a massive number, and it's very easy to proc it. All you have to do is make sure you use your E or you use your Q. If you do, for a full rotation, if you do Furina E and then ults, and then the enemies that are applied with Hydro, you VV swirl, then you ults with Kazuha and swirl Hydro, and then you Sigewinne E, and then you Neuvillette E burst. You do a full rotation with that, you're hitting about 1.9 million. And the reason why I bring this up is because people are just saying Sigewinne bad, which she is, in my personal opinion. Personal damage wise, she does nothing. As a support, I don't think she provides much to the team unless you're whaling, and I feel like other teams are going to be a little bit better. I think most people compare her to like a Kokomi, but Kokomi, even with C6, provides nothing to Neuvillette that is actually worthwhile, meaning that his damage is still going to be a little bit piss poor in a mono Hydro team specifically. There's my little rant about Sigewinne. A lot of people have been saying she's bad, like I said, and I think that's a little bit disingenuous to what she can provide to a team, as long as you have cons. If you don't have cons, obviously the damage falls up pretty significantly. Like, even if we just take off the cons right now, our Neuvillette's going to be hitting around the same damage, right? But that is a very significant increase to a Neuvillette's damage, or any Hydro DPS if you want to play like a Tartaglia or anything like that. Obviously, this is kind of a niche team, especially for this Abyss. We have the Lectors that we have to have a bunch of Hydro application, and Sigewinne kind of doesn't do anything in this team. Like, again, she only has she has no build in this team, even with a build that provides a lot of supports. And now this is a theory crafting build. I have her on Song of Days Past, and it's going to be it calculates the overflow healing, healing in general actually, and her healing isn't really that good, but say that it's fully procced in a rotation, you're going to be seeing around 2.2 million with Song of Days Past. Now, if we put a similar build on anybody else, even like a Kokomi, for example, we're not going to be seeing these damage numbers because of the simple fact that C2 Sigewinne provides so much buffs to the team, it's actually unfair. So I think it's completely reasonable to assume that that Neuvillette and Sigewinne C2 can be a pretty deadly combo. Obviously, C2 Furina buffs a little bit more here, but I think her resistance shred is very, very important, and I think it's something that I just wanted to comment on. But does this mean that you should pull for Sigewinne, or, you know, go for C2 R1 like I did? No. Honestly, in a team like this, I would much rather you go for somebody else, like for example Kuki. She's way more accessible. Not only that, but the damage is pretty comparable. Or if you don't want to go Kuki for some reason, then you can always just bring someone else. So you can do like Vape, or you can do Melt, or not Melt, sorry, but you can do Vape for sure, and you can do other reactions like Electro Charged if you want to bring a different Electro, like Raiden. Raiden is really good for them. And Fischl, those are amazing Electros for him. But I think it's really, really important to recognize that the buffs that Sigewinne does give to this team is pretty good. This might come off as a hot take, but I just really love the character, so I think I wanted to prove that she can be good in a team, and I think I've proven that pretty well. But again, if you're going to build her and she is C2 and you want to use her in this build, in this team, then it is very important that you use the Song of Days Past set, because of the fact that it calculates your healing, and make sure you build her on full HP. That's what I calculated as. Actually, if you go full HP, it's going to make it way easier to proc this set, meaning that you're going to almost guaranteed get the extra damage bonus from charge attacks from the set. 2.2 million is a really crazy amount for an entire rotation, and I think I wanted to just show you guys some gameplay of it, so I'm going to do that right now.
Bow your head. Silence. Wind strike. As one with wind and cloud. My name, echoing song. Let's see. Let the mighty be humble. Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds. Time to shine. You don't be nervous. Just relax. Settle down. My name, echoing song. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Wind strike. Bow your head. The tides beckon.
I don't want to sit here and say that Sigewinne is going to be the be-all end-all of this team, but seriously, I just wanted to bring a highlight to what Sigewinne can provide to a team. Doesn't mean that she is a really good character or anything, but she can be good in certain teams as a support. Make sure you are playing the characters who you like, guys, and just because they're bad doesn't mean that they aren't playable. Obviously people make fun of Tartag all the time and Xinyan, but you know, they're playable enough to the point where if you like them and you invest enough time in them, you could definitely figure it out. So just remember that, and obviously feel free to correct me in the comments down below, or feel free to make fun of me and say, oh my god, Miles, you wailed for a Sigewinne and only for a about 30% increase in your Nouvelette's damage. What the heck is your problem? And I can say that you're right, but I love the character, so I don't care. Or you can always give me suggestions down below for the next video or anything like that. That would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, hopefully not too long video over. Hope you guys have a beautiful day.